Several months ago, I Raptor lined my truck, and wow, the response has been overwhelming. Over 500,000 views. Thank you so much. Of course, I can't just leave it alone. I'm thinking, what else can I do? I've been tossing around the idea of putting on a tailgate emblem or maybe the Ram letters. I couldn't really decide. I was looking at the Ram letters, and then I found some on eBay used Mopar for $60. They're usually about 175, 200 bucks, so I went with that. I want to give a shout out to Conquer Your Fears and Do It Yourself. Their YouTube channel helped me decide how to do this, and used some painter's tape and measured from that crease down to the top of that blue tape 8 inches. And I got to say, that was the greatest challenge, getting that tape lined up. Then I took a letter A and moved it from the tailgate down the center. I decided to use liquid nails. I know you could use 3M tape or maybe some flex tape, but with that Raptor texture, I just thought something liquid would be better. Of course, I was concerned that that cream-colored liquid nails would seep out the sides and just make a big mess. I must have been blessed because nothing came out the sides on any of those letters. So grateful. And there I'm just kind of lining it up right on the top of that painter's tape. Found a little level. I don't know if that was really necessary, but it made me feel better. Bubble was right in the center. And just, again, wanted to make sure it was the right way. Oh, I'm on the R now. And again, just maybe 1/2 inch from the side, 1/4 inch. I don't know, just making sure that I get it in the middle of those letters, but not on the sides so much. I used a piece of painter's tape vertically to determine the distance between the R and the A. That seemed the right distance. And again, there I am lining up that R. And my level, of course. You know, if, in hindsight, I might have taken the tailgate off and laid it flat. And then I could put something heavy on those letters to kind of help it adhere. I mean, I ended up just using the painter's tape, which really doesn't have a lot of force to keep those letters in place, just enough to ensure they don't fall off. Looked up liquid nails, and they're saying as long as 5 days to cure. Yeah, like I'm going to hold those letters for 5 days. But it did start to set up after about 5-10 minutes, and I tried to hold them in place, you know, about that long to ensure that they would not fall off. And then, of course, as I said, using some of that painter's tape to help secure it. And I just didn't want it to come off more than anything else. And I don't know, your liberal use of that painter's tape for sure. Kind of a mess. All right, there's that M. Last letter. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. And just making sure that it's not too close to the edges so it doesn't seep out, and liberally in the middle of those letter sides. Oh, just about hit that truck. Oh, I caught it just in time. You know, if you've ever done anything with letters, there's always a concern that they're going to kind of tend to go downwards or go upwards. That tape on the bottom was really a good idea, and I kind of pushed it up just a little bit to make sure, and there I am with my level again. That bubble in the middle, and holding it in place, hoping that it will secure, and naturally more tape. It's hard with all that tape to really see, you know, from a distance whether those letters are straight. I'm hoping that I did all right. It was 3.5 inches from the crease down to the top of the letter. Next day, it's kind of like Christmas, pulling them off to see what I did and how I did. And I'm telling you, my heart was going a little bit. Man, I got to say, though, I was so excited when I pulled all that tape off, and those letters were straight. And, you know, it's not like hanging a picture. You can't just go back and fix it. And they were adhering. I mean, they're on there pretty securely, and I'm really pleased with that. You know, looking at the side, you can see those letters are really flush up against that Raptor liner. And 3M tape or flex tape might not have done that. Man, I'm so excited. I know it's a 2001, and that's not standard. I think that started on the 2015, but with the Raptor liner breaking that up and those fender flares, I just think it really looks great. And maybe you have your own opinion. Tell me what you think. Again, thank you so much for all you that have subscribed and looked at this project. I'm sure there's a few more things I'll be doing along the way. If this is the first video you've looked at, like and subscribe. Rushton Works. Have a great one.